In 2017, Mohamed Salah introduced himself big and loud to the European football scene, finishing the season as the top scorer of the Premier League, as well as scoring 10 goals in the Champions League, getting nominated to the Ballon d'Or, and winning the Best African Player award, making a name for himself in the Egyptian players in Europe and gaining the title of the Egyptian King. And as he was breaking records, there was another very young Egyptian talent that hasn't even got to 18 years old, being forged and made in Germany, with a dream of becoming the next Egyptian king. Omar Marmoush, who is leading the Bundesliga top scoring charts ahead of Harry Kane, is the same player who had to endure 7 years of drought in Europe and one who was subject to all kinds of bullying, even from his own people, unlike Mo Salah, which when he made his first move to Europe with Swiss side FC Basel was showered with support and love. Something that really helped the player to go far and try to develop himself even further. That wasn't the case with Omar, who had to endure a never-ending slew of bullying and demeaning words, as well as a bunch of shocking decisions made by superiors that are capable of cutting the European career of any player short. Omar Marmoush's journey began in 2007 when he joined the academy of Egyptian side Wadi Degla at the age of 8 years old, and as time went on he began to make a name for himself across the youth football scene in Egypt. In the 2015-16 Egyptian Youth League season, Omar would go on to lead his team to a clean sweep in the preliminary stages, going 10 wins for 10 games and finishing third overall, despite going undefeated in 26 games. He himself scored 44 goals, including a hat-trick against the academy of the top club in Egypt, Al Ahly, winning the best player and top scorer awards, something that would earn him some minutes with the first team at only age 17, playing his first game against Ittihad Alexandria, coming in the last 13 minutes of the game and giving an assist in injury time, giving the win to his club. The following season he would become a bigger part of the first team, playing in 17 games mostly as a sub and scoring 3 goals. By the end of the season, Marmoush was presented with a contract to play for Al Ahly, who had their eyes on him since he was a teenager, a bigger, more lucrative contract, but in his mind he wanted to go abroad to Europe, with clubs such as Borussia Dortmund and Malaga knocking at his door. He'd eventually choose to play with Wolfsburg. In his first season, he would join the second team, playing the regional league, appearing in 17 games and scoring 4 goals, winning the title with the club. The following season, his performance would take a significant dip. He would only play 5 games and contribute 0 goals with the team, mainly due to a difficulty acclimating to the new environment and the lack of speaking the language catching up with him, as well as a culture shock when it comes to a change of diet and having to take care of yourself for the first time, having spent all of your life living in the comfort of your parents' house, being far from family and friends, and being expected to perform on the field. All of these things weighted heavily on Omar, especially with the pressure from the Egyptian press. You see, before we go further, you need to understand that being a footballer in Egypt can be more lucrative at times than playing in Europe, especially if you play for top clubs such as Al Ahly or Al Zamalek. Think of them as the Real Madrid and Barcelona of Egypt. Playing for these two teams will gain you access to a very large commercial market, with brands approaching for advertisement and sponsorships, without mentioning the celebrity status one gets, as well as being showered with support and love from a very large crowd base. And this is why, unlike other African players from countries such as Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Cameroon and Morocco, who try their hardest to go pro and play in European teams for more financial benefit, and by association that's why we get to see such talents in the top European flights. Egyptian players have it all at home already, and the idea of going pro somewhere else isn't popular. Omar could have made a move to Al Ahly or Al Zamalek at 17, becoming one of the youngest players to do so, and get all the media attention he can ever want. But he chose the hard path, and it finally seemed to start paying off. In his third season, he would find his footing back again, playing 15 games, scoring 9 goals and assisting twice, before COVID hit and halted all football activity around the world. After COVID restrictions eased and the Bundesliga came back, he would finally be included with the main team for the first time ever, under the management of Oliver Glasner. He would go on to play 6 games, all as a sub. This would be a good change of pace for him, coupled with Wolfsburg extending his contract until the end of the 2023 season. However, in the next 6 months, he would play only a single minute in the Bundesliga, a late substitute against FC Köln, as well as playing only 2 games in the German Cup with a total tally of just 30 minutes. With these numbers, more pressure from Egypt started coming his way, pushing him to abandon Europe and come play in the Egyptian league. Marmoush, seeing himself not getting any minutes anytime soon, would make a move to 2nd division side São Paulo, all with the dream of making the Egyptian team who is going to play in the Olympic Games in Tokyo. With São Paulo, he would play 21 games, score 7 goals and give 3 assists. And as everyone is enjoying their summer break, Marmoush is sitting at home waiting for the list of players called up to the Olympics to be announced. And here he would get a big disappointment. He would find himself out of the final list, despite being included in the enlarged one, shattering his dream of participating in the Olympics. Egyptian coach Gharib, when asked about his decision of dropping Omar in some interviews, would cite different and inconsistent reasons. Sometimes he would say that he's a profile that is already covered. Other times he would say he is injured, as well as saying that he dropped him because he is a player that travels a lot. Or maybe Wolfsburg didn't let him go. Omar would debunk all of these claims later on in an interview with an Egyptian media outlet, saying that Shufi Gharib is the person who hurted him most in his career, citing that missing out on a tournament that only occurs every 4 years and one that is age limited with your national team really put him in a dark place, as he hoped playing in such tournaments would get him on the radar of scouts and managers operating in bigger stages. In the 2022-23 season, he would again get loaned out, this time with Bundesliga side Stuttgart. He would start the season flying, scoring once and assisting twice in the first 3 rounds of the season, winning the Best Young Player award in the league that month, and gets rewarded with a call-up for the national team for the first time ever, starting in a game against Libya in the AFCON qualifiers, scoring early in the second half from a shot outside the box, winning Egypt that game. He would later say that this was the best game of his career, mainly due to the love and support he got from fans and family after, as well as highlighting a conversation he had with Mo Salah, who played the majority of his career in Europe, and he would showcase to him the importance of mental health and preparation, especially in the face of criticism and demoralizing talk from media. He would finish his first full season in the Bundesliga with Stuttgart with 3 goals and 5 assists from 21 games, before finally getting to play a full Bundesliga season the following year with Wolfsburg. He became a consistent starter for the team, finishing the season with 6 goals and 1 assist from 36 games played. And with his contract up, and despite offers of extension, Omar would make a free transfer to Eintracht Frankfurt, where he would finally feel at home, becoming a regular starter from the get-go, scoring 17 goals and giving out 6 assists in 41 games his debut season with the club, making a name for himself as one of the top players in the Bundesliga. And this trend would only go up and up, as while I'm recording this video, he is right now the top contributor in all of the top 5 leagues, with 9 goals and 6 assists ahead of superstars such as Haaland, Mbappe and Lewandowski, as well as overtaking Harry Kane in almost every metric in the league, whether it be dribbles, shots on targets, key passes, etc. Now it's on him to see if this is just a stroke of luck, a one-season wonder that comes often, or it becomes an announcement of the arrival of a new Egyptian king, especially with the current one on the edge of leaving to Saudi Arabia. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below regarding of this unfolding story, which highlights the importance of resilience, of hard work, and believing in yourself and your capabilities. Sure, if Omar stayed in Egypt, he would be a known star there, but with his mentality, he is becoming a known star everywhere.